Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. Hope you and your family are doing well. Today's episode is going to be another one of our Q&A sessions where I answer some of your questions that you been asking us about carpets that you may own. This is for those of you that have asked me questions and for those of you that may have a passion about handmade carpets. This is something that I enjoy doing on a regular basis. I almost daily get emails from viewers to our channel as well as from our clients at mprugs.com. When folks ask me simple questions about handmade carpets, whether they are handmade or whether they're machine made, whether it's silk or wool, or what my thoughts are on certain carpets. And oftentimes we get common questions. The pictures that you see right here, these are the types of questions that I get about the rugs. And here we are going to be talking about, as I've done before, 4 different questions from 4 different folks all around the world. Sometimes it involves Persian rugs, other types. Other times I get questions about types of rugs from all over the world. And as I often say, if I don't have the answers, I will ask others that do. This being a wholesale district of carpets from around the world, we're able to basically tap into the knowledge and resources of the folks around us. Generally speaking, I can pretty much feel comfortable about answering 80% of the questions that I get, but even then, I will still oftentimes I will ask folks, others out there, and I encourage you, just like I'm going to be doing, when I answer the questions about the rugs here in this video, I always tell my clients, feel free, and I'm telling you the same thing. If you are one of those folks that I'm going to be talking about in this video, feel free to get a second opinion. I will never tell you that I can give you 100% advice, because to me, I am a strong believer that in order to be able to evaluate rugs, and I specifically chose these 2 pieces right here, you have to be able to hold the rugs in your head. And this is what I always tell folks. I can look at a picture right here, and I'm just going to use these 2 beautiful, gorgeous Turkish rugs as an example. We have a beautiful, this comes from the Cinar workshop. This is both Turkish, both of them Hereke, both of them older pieces. And this is just a perfect example. Here we have a 1616 quality Hereke. This is not from a well-known workshop. In the old days, you had weavers who would make these types of rugs in their homes, 1616 quality, just so that you know. That means 16 knots over 1 centimeter. And these are Turkish, these are double knots. Now you take 1600 knots, which is the length of a meter, and square that number, 16 times 16, 2.56 million knots per square meter. This just tells you how amazingly fine and detailed they are. The larger piece right here, this is from a work association back in the old days known as Cinar. This is a 1010 quality, so it has about 1 million knots per square inch. It's a lot bigger than this piece right here, but these are also, you will notice, the same design features. This is literally a design, and this is what folks used to do throughout the Middle East back in the old days. They would take a design and they would stretch it. By stretching it out and going from a smaller piece to a larger piece, you have taken a 1616 quality, and you have basically turned it into a 1010 quality. That is common. So oftentimes also the level of workmanship, and it's, I always tell folks, 1010 quality. If you look at our website, if you look at the links below in the description, you can see the two pieces, but you will find that the smaller piece is far more expensive due to the amount of time that it takes. Again, the larger piece, 1 million knots per square inch, the smaller piece, 2.56 million. And yes, while the smaller piece, due to its size, will have probably the same number of knots, the silk that is needed in order to make these extremely tiny knots, the workmanship, it's a lot more difficult to weave this type of rug than a 1010 quality. This is also why I get folks asking me all the times about these rugs, and I always say, please understand, I need to see the rugs in person. The majority of Turkish, the Hereke rugs, these are older pieces that are offered to us, we reject the majority of them, because what the pictures cannot tell you is that oftentimes the silk they start to disintegrate, whether it is due to dampness, humidity, whether it has been behind glass for decades, and the lack of air circulation, it degrades the silk. It almost makes it, the best way to put it is, I always tell people, it's like, you know what, one of the, we put a little stress test when we look at the rugs. If I, and very lightly, very gently pull on the rug and the fringes start disintegrating, falling off, that tells me that it has basically, it's not something that we're interested in. But it also affects the value. But that is not something that I would be able to judge by looking at pictures. So this is why when many of you ask me about the value of carpets, I do not appraise rugs. I always tell folks, I need to see the rugs in person. So with that all out of the way, first, before I start answering the questions, link below in the description to not only these beautiful rugs, but also to a video that tells you what you can do to email me the pictures, what type of pictures I need, and you are going to see a lot of that right here in this video. The folks, like I said, I got 4 questions, and you're going to see the same pattern, same type of questions with the same type of pictures. So to basically get started, we have Deandra. And I apologize if I screw up the names. To obviously not disclosing any last names or anything, but I hope if I did mispronounce your name, I apologize. Deandra apparently she sent me 3 pictures. There is one picture right here, and then there is a second picture. She wanted to know if these are handmade carpets or machine made, and she mentioned that they appear to be machine made and everything. Now, this is a perfect example. These are carpets that I have basically no knowledge of. I can give you my 2 cents, so to speak. But instead of telling you what I think, I figured, as I told her, the best thing I did is I went to one of our neighbors who actually deals in Egyptian and Moroccan carpets a little bit, and I picked their brains because what I saw was looking at the front of the carpet, and then again, more importantly, looking at it from the back of the carpet, I saw things that I believed were machine made. Looking at the top, above the tag, right between the tag and the fringes, and you will see on this picture right here, I circled the three areas, but if you look at the tag above, the area above the tag, what I'm seeing was machine made with the fringes. Between the fringes and the pile, there is a little line. I think that is machine made. That was my opinion. I um, asked my business friends what they thought on this, since they are basically dealing in these types of rugs. And they said, yeah, this is 100% machine made. This is very common. These are the types of rugs that you will oftentimes, people will sell them in bazaars and in little shops and everything, basically for tourists. You will also notice how on the tag it says um, Kirman silk. Kirman is a city in Iran. I have no idea how they came about naming this Kirman. And it says Kirman silk, but underneath in the tag, it says 100% cotton fringes. So we got the foundation that's cotton. So why this is being sold, why it says Kirman silk, this was where marketing comes in and everything. Definitely not a Persian rug. It's definitely not a Kirman, and we think it's simply the kind of mass-produced carpet that you will find in the bazaars. So that is that. So next um, we have a beautiful carpet here by John. He wanted to know what my thoughts were on this. And this kind of sort of was a reason also why I chose these two pieces. In the previous email, the lady had bought apparently a twin set or similar sets of Egyptian rugs. Well, John asked me about, he included two pictures. One of this beautiful picture, and then there is a close-up picture that you can see here. And in this case right here, we have, I looked at it instantly, pointed out to him. This literally took 1 second. I said, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful Turkish Hereke. It's an Aussie pec. It's a genuine piece. I'm 99% certain that it is. Feel free, John, to ask other people for their opinion, but I would be surprised if this turns out to be anything but a genuine Turkish Hereke from the Ozipec workshop. The quality appears to be a 1010 quality, maybe even finer. My advice to you would be to count, put a measuring tape down, a ruler, and count take a picture with your phone, with your smartphone, and blow up the picture and count the knots over 1 centimeter. I'm guesstimating that this is a 1010 quality. Could be even a little bit finer. But this design right here, even though, as I pointed out to him, I liked it because it is. Also, it appears in the picture to be a landscaped type of Hereke, just like this right here, where it's wider instead of normally Persian handmade carpets up and down. Well, here you have it wide, which is absolutely perfect as a pictorial for hanging on walls. Excuse me. But I think it's a really unique design. I really, really like that piece. I thanked him for sharing it with me. But yes, I would imagine it's a genuine piece. So next we have um, this is a piece right here that also talks about the history of Persian carpets and everything. This is from a person by the name of Hagen. Um, Hagen has mentioned to me that I believe, and I could be wrong on this, I believe that Hagen may actually be a German. I believe that Hagen could also be and this is a name that is a little bit, I think there's a chance Hagen is a German name. And I know because, well, ich bin in Deutschland geboren und aufgewachsen. I was born and raised in Germany. But I know that this is a name that is actually, I have seen it in both women and men. And there is, I read the email. I can't tell, so I don't want to say to her or him. I honestly don't know. But what I got the picture. I want to say sheep, but again, I apologize if that is not the case. We have a number of pictures. This is a carpet that Hagen purchased at a flea market, apparently. No, wait. And yeah, recently I bought a used carpet via an online flea market. So this was purchased basically from a flea market. The original owner told him that his grandfather bought it at least 60 years ago for a staggering 18,000 marks, which would be around $4,500 back in those days. Now, I want you to go back 60 years from the time you watched this video, and I want you to imagine what you could buy for $4,500. This is a beautiful handmade Persian rug. And yes, this is the type of rug that my father, back in the old days, we opened up a shop in 1960. So this would have been right about the time when he would have bought it. And back then, these were considered to be almost luxurious masterpieces. Back in the old days, it was a privilege to have this type of rug in a home. This is a Persian rug. Again, I have not yet revealed the type of rug, but this is a Persian Kirman rug. I was 99% sure of it when I saw the pictures. I confirmed it with my family. Again, the first rug, remember the Egyptians said Kirman silk? Well, here you have an actual Kirman. This is 100% genuine. This is the type of rug that back in the old days, whoever bought this rug originally and they spent 18,000 marks, which is, they could have bought themselves a car with that amount of money. This is a type of rug that they were oftentimes being sold and told that, hey, you know what, this is something that your grandchildren will inherit. It's a piece of art and all that stuff. Well, the grandkids might have inherited and they put it on eBay or they put it on Craigslist or someplace and said, oh, for the love of God, let's just get rid of it. This is something that has completely fallen out of fashion with a lot of the younger generation and everything. And so these are the types of carpets that nowadays are trading for a fraction of what they used to, simply because they're not as popular anymore. And also, back when the rug was made, there was not the Indian competition. You didn't have the Chinese, the Pakistanis, the Uzbeks, and all the other carpets basically competing with Persian rugs. You had Persian rugs, and that was it. So back then, they kind of had a monopoly. And as you know, whenever you have a monopoly on something, the price goes up. So those were what they called the golden days of the trade. But here you have a genuine Kirman. I hope that I was able to answer that. I cannot tell you about the history. These were actually not as common, but as you can see with the angels in the corners and everything, really nice piece. But it's not something that is considered to be of great value. Now, there are a few weavers back in the old days, a few workshops. And so this could be a type of rug that you will find on eBay and you'll be like, yeah, $500-600. You know, this is a staggering, you know, this is a 10-foot by 13-foot piece. It could also be a $20,000, $30,000 rug. So this is something where I don't think it's worth a lot of money, but if that is something that you're interested in, you may want to have it looked at by a local rug dealer, hopefully someone who is a certified appraiser who can look at the rug, because maybe you do have a workshop. I looked at the pictures. I couldn't tell. I did not see anything of significance, but love to be proven wrong. So hope that was of help to you. Now, last we have, and this is a beautiful, what the viewer did. They send me, as you can see here, you have the video. And with the video, you have a bunch of pictures. And the questions asked was whether or not this is a Persian rug or whether this is a Chinese rug. And so I hope I'm saying it right, Mian. It wanted to know, simple question. And this is, again, the type of email that I like. I have a real problem. Some of you guys share my passion for the rugs, but you send me emails that are literally pages long. I don't have the time to spend an hour reading an email. Please, if you have questions about a rug, do what Mia did. She put the questions in 2 sentences. Mian, thank you so much. I can quickly read the answers, questions. I can get back to you as I did. The video, tremendous help. As you can see, she also attached a ton of pictures. The pictures of great help, and most of them, she bought the video being from the front of the rug, and then she attached various pictures of the back. And as you can see here, we are pretty certain that this is a Chinese replica of basically to look like a Persian rug. This is something that we see common, whether it is the Chinese, they have also the replica the Turkish rugs. This is, in our opinion, based on the back of the rug, and you can see the golden fringes and everything, and the knots and everything. You do sometimes find it in Persian rugs, but this right here, to us, we are all, and like I said, again, showed the pictures to a number of people just to confirm. And when I saw it, I was pretty sure that it was Chinese, but I always like to get, in case I miss something, like to get other people's opinions. So, yes, we think it's Chinese. We think it's definitely not Persian. So we think it's most likely a Chinese rug. So there was our Q&A session. As I oftentimes do, I will first describe the rug and everything, and then give you guys my opinion at the end, because I want to give you the time, as many of you have enjoyed doing, I want to give you the time to evaluate the rugs yourself and think about, come up with what you think may be the answer. And then, because like I said, again, this is based on the feedback that I've been getting from you guys. It seems like many of you enjoyed these types of videos. And so I hope this video is of help to you. I'm going to be doing these types of videos on a regular basis. I have many other Q&A videos in our channel, as well as videos about certain types of handmade carpets. So this channel, it's all about handmade carpets. Feel free to hit the subscribe button if you like to be notified about new videos that come out. I'm going to be coming back to you with many more videos to come. If you have questions about anything that was discussed today, feel free to look below in the description or visit us at mprugs.com. In the meantime, I'm wishing you and your family the very best. We'll see you guys again soon. Best wishes. Take care. Bye-bye.